This is the second in a series of posts on systemic leadership. In the first, read tips on navigating change in complex and chaotic times. A diverse workforce and an inclusive culture drive performance in organizations. Most leaders set metric-based objectives to achieve such goals. But how many take a systemic approach as well, one that recognizes the connection between strategy, diversity and inclusion, to bring about real change and optimize performance? If an organization only takes the numbers game approach to diversity, the full focus will be on getting a better representation of people in key positions compared to the demographics of the employee and customer population, such as we need more women in the leadership or we'd like to have more P. This approach alone will not necessarily include the right mix of employees that the organization needs to differentiate itself. This impacts performance. More than ticking boxes, diversity affects everyone and everything. It's a complex phenomenon about who and what to include and exclude, so your organization can survive and thrive. If you try to solve this complex problem by ticking boxes, we all know that that doesn't work because the foundations to build the necessary work culture are missing, says systemic leadership and change expert Jennifer Campbell. In a systemic approach, the leadership team looks for who they need to include in their organization by being strategic about diversity means including who the organization needs for tomorrow's performance, and not necessarily who looks like you or fits nicely into today's status quo, argues Camp. Antonio Belgrave's consultancy, Positive Deviance, considers difference, system, perspective and relationship as key to using diversity to drive performance in organizations. His guiding principles include to this mix, much love and understanding must be added because the challenge around diversity is complex and the possibility of a clash of perspective is real. What example can you give? I used Positive Deviance with a pharmaceutical contract research organization. The introduction of a new system to capture data from clinical trial records was not going very well. Positive Deviance is based on the premise that within every community there is always one individual who is able to outperform their peers by doing things slightly differently.